Gotta get a little politics in here. The Democratic National Committee will not release a long-awaited report detailing what went wrong for Dems in last year's election. DNC Chair Ken Martin saying, quote, "We completed a comprehensive review of what happened in 2024 and already putting our learnings into motion. Here's our North Star. Does this help us win? If the answer is no, it's a distraction from the core mission." Let's bring in senior advisor to Bernie Sanders, Faiz Shakir, and Colin Reed, a Republican strategist. Here's a quote from the DNC. "Party leaders hope to avoid contentious fights over the party's failings as it attempts to reboot for the 2026 midterms." Faiz, if they're not going to be willing to talk amongst themselves, how can they expect to overcome things?
Well, obviously disagree with the decision here, Dana, and no surprise to you, but it's hard to be a Democratic Party when you're not being democratic in the way you want to be held accountable by the stakeholders of the Democratic Party. I've long argued, and I ran for DNC chair because I felt like we need to open the doors, let people in. The challenge right now, many in the party, Ken Martin's a nice person. A lot of them believe that we need to play dead. Don't have a vision. Don't argue for anything. Profit off of the fact that Donald Trump's agenda is very unpopular right now, win all these elections. I believe differently, Bernie Sanders believes differently, that you have to have a vision. You have to come forward with saying that you believe in something. The only way you're going to get there is being accountable to disagreement, having some disagreement within the party. It's healthy.
Colin, Quinnipiac poll says that congressional Democrats have a record low approval of 18%. And you come from a Republican side of the fence. What do you think about the Democrats deciding to bury this report?
Well, look, Dana, at its best, party committees do a couple things. They build infrastructure, they raise money, they help their candidates, and they put their team on a position to win. At their worst, they do this, which is create unnecessary, needless, harmful headlines for the party and a distraction that, frankly, doesn't need to happen. But honestly, we don't need an autopsy to know what happened in 2024. We all have eyes. We all have ears. There were two things that happened. One, Joe Biden got elected, promising to move the country to the center, and he took it way to the left. Faiz is right. You have to have a vision. Joe Biden said one thing, and he did something completely different. And the other thing that happened is the entire Democratic Party, the entire liberal ecosystem told us there was nothing to see, that Joe Biden was fit as a fiddle, that all was going right. And we've seen this week, especially, all the harmful things that happen in this world, the things that a commander-in-chief has to be on the ball, someone who can deal with these things at a moment's notice. Joe Biden couldn't do it for 4 years. That promise, that trust is eroded with the American people. And until they deal with that, until they hit that issue head on, they have broken their promise to the American public.
Yeah, I've been saying that whichever Democratic nominee wants to emerge in 2028, it will be somebody that finally gives the Heisman to the Biden team. Okay, also want to get you to this because 2028, it's in the future, but you can kind of see it on the horizon. And there was a poll that said that AOC might just beat JD Vance. Watch her reaction.
Do you think that you could beat JD Vance in a head-to-head race for president, as polling suggests, in 2028?
Listen, these polls, like 3 years out, are, they are what they are. But let the record show, I would stomp him.
I thought that was cute and funny, but it also is something that I think Bernie Sanders believes, Faiz.
AOC has never taken corporate PAC money. She's a bold advocate for Medicare for all. She's one of the least wealthy members of Congress because she comes from a working class background. She's never had wealth in her family. And she has the integrity to take on people with wealth and power. For those reasons and more, I believe she would defeat JD Vance in 2028.
Colin, how do you see it?
Well, we're going to celebrate America's 250th birthday next year. It's going to be, and then in 2 years later, we're going to have a presidential election. And on one side, we're going to have socialism and the folks like AOC and Bernie Sanders, who, to their credit, are honest about what they believe. They want to make us more like Europe. And then the other side, you're going to have someone like JD Vance, a rags to riches story, possible only here in America, who's advocating for freedom, liberty, and the ability to do whatever you want without the government getting in the way.
Hey, you two have been wonderful to have on the show all year, and you have young children, and I wish you the very best Christmas this year. Thank you so much.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.